I hear the train a-coming,
Choo-choo.
rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Seen the sunshine since I don't we know are when. Live. Forgot all about that.
Post it on the TV page, and then I'm gonna post on the regs real quick.
Welcome.
Yeah, boy.
Post it on the TV page, and then I'm gonna post
What the hell? Come on, come on.
We are ready for takeoff, Houston.
And we're live. JTDG Podcast Episode 8. Where My Dog's At. Coming to you tonight. We got DJ Big Play Bick.
The dog is here, boy. How we doing, guys?
And we got the boss, Jay Mabry.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. Glad to be a part of it.
Loud and proud. You know, it really means something when Mabry kicks it into low gear. You know, them we're gonna start talking like this and all that good stuff.
I was told by somebody at work that this is a man's voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
You got to talk like this, and it means you got a man's voice.
Wow.
How do I buy one of those?
Yeah, where do we get one of those? You have no idea?
No.
Amazon.
I call it what I call this type of voice is when one day it's 20 below and the next day it's 70. You know, that's what creates this voice.
Right.
Because our weather in Tennessee right now is typical December weather.
All over the place, man.
And then some.
NFL news. Story today. Lamar goes out with an injury. Ravens already in a bad spot. How are they going to overcome it? Can they overcome it? What do you think?
Yeah, man, that's tough. I mean, I thought they lost by 2 points today against the Browns team, and the Browns have a good roster, and I mean, their backup was able to. I mean, he didn't get the win, but I thought he did a fairly good job. You know, so I mean, Lamar Jackson's a game changer, so no one's gonna live up to that expectation, in my opinion. But
And they lost Humphrey, last week?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a shame, man.
And I think, can't remember exactly how many it was as far as starters on the year. I think it total for the entire year, they've lost like 10, 9, 10, somewhere around there. And then Lamar today.
Yep. Only good thing they got going for him is the kid of where Lamar was sick just a couple of weeks back has got some game experience under his belt, and he came in and he played fairly well enough today, you know. And so it was. You just hate to see it, man. You do, you know, especially after the year Lamar's been having, because he's got them in the position that they're in. And that division is so tough. I think it's a one game between first and last place now of that division. One game different.
Yeah, it's it's tight. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. I don't think Cleveland's in it, but of course they may be. I don't know. I know we were 8-4.
No, they're in it now.
8-5 now.
They're in it now with the win today. You know, they're right as of right now. They're the only team that made any ground, I guess you might say.
Yeah.
You know, Cincinnati can pull off the comeback. They'll benefit off of it more than anybody.
Right. Yeah, it's not looking too good. We're putting the ball back to the 49ers right now, so there's a little over 4 minutes left, so they can definitely have another possession, but they're gonna have to make some noise, man. But another game that really stuck out to me today, which is also happening, is the Buccaneers Bills game, and those are usually two playoff teams there. The Bucs are winning 27-17. And what's your guys' thoughts about that game?
I don't know if Buffalo can decide what they want to do. I mean, to be quite honest, they're asking, and I'm not saying that the kid's not worthy of it. It's just at one point today, the only rushing yards the Buffalo Bills had was Allen. There wasn't another person on the team with a single rushing yard. How does that happen? Like that you know, you're just looking at him to do everything for you on offense. You know, I was crazy when I saw that stat pop up that he had all the rushing yards. It wasn't much. I think it was 19, but the rest of the team 0. And this was well in. I think it was right before half is when that stat popped up. So for a full half of NFL football, nobody on your rest of your team has a rushing yard other than your quarterback.
Now, let me give you a cool fun fact about that game. Tom Brady surpasses Drew Brees for most completions in NFL history. So, I mean, is Tom Brady the GOAT?
He's a vampire.
He don't die.
Oh, man.
So
He's something else. He's a machine. I think he's the first original Terminator, man. Ain't nobody said nothing.
Yeah.
Like you go on, you just take his skin off, and he's a daggum robot, man. He's something else, man. Because you know what's helped him also, if you think about it, with as far as like him being able to sustain this type of career, he's only been hurt once that I can recall that where he missed significant amount of games. I think it's when he got his knee jacked up by kind of a nasty hit. You know, that was so long ago, I don't remember it, but I just remember it happening. And I think that's when they started trying to make the rule changes about as far as how you hit a quarterback low. And but other than that, injury. I mean, he stays clean. He's proven that if you just take care of yourself, man, there's no end to it. You know. And I'm just curious to see how long he decides to keep going. At this point,
why stop now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I saw a really cool interview with Tom Brady, and he basically just said he doesn't want to retire now because he has more in the tank, and he doesn't want to be sitting at home knowing he could be playing better than most of these guys in the NFL right now. you know,
Yeah.
which is so true. I mean, he's out there throwing for 5 touchdowns a game, some games, you know, and pretty wild, honestly. I mean, we're witnessing something great with him. So
So on the Buffalo thing, is that a offensive coordinator deal?
I mean, obviously, I would think so. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that. Like I've seen Allen. Allen has the ability, and his arm is still young enough. That am I shocked that he's throwing the ball as much as he is? No. You know, am I shocked that he runs the ball as much as he does? No. You know, but to not have a single player on your team without a rushing attempt, you know, what are you can't, one, if you're playing against a pretty veteran group, you know, you're playing against a veteran defense in the Bucks. You need to tell me that they're not sitting there feasting off that, knowing that you decided you're not running the ball today. What are they? What, you know? You can't do that for NFL players, man. They'll feast off that. You know, I'm actually excited that the Bills have made it back to 17-27 because at this point I was thinking that Tampa Bay was just going to just dog walk them. To be honest, and I hate to see it because I think Buffalo has the talent. I really do. You know, I just don't. You know, it's just one of those teams, man. It's like they just can't seem to get out of their own way. There's a lot of teams like that in the NFL right now.
Yeah. Cincinnati going.
Yep. Cincinnati will find a way every time. You know he's right. Like, you know, we heard Bickerton earlier as soon as he got on. You know that kid. He has 2 muffed pumps today. 2. You know, it's like. It's like, oh, the quarterback's playing well, the defense is playing well. Check us out on special teams. You know,
yeah, I mean, in a 2 possession, which is worth 10 points, they scored up by getting the ball back. I mean, we're down by 7 right now, so it's a whole different game on those 2 plays.
yeah. The Titans
God,
took
they
care of the Jags.
blew them out, didn't
I mean, 20-0. You know, I mean, I just think the Jags have got some things going on in house right now too that's making it even worse of them being such a young team. I think it was last week the running back Robinson got benched, and the rookie quarterback spoke up about it
they? Yeah.
against the coach, and that's not a good sign. You know what I mean? That's you know he did not like that one bit. You know, so I just think that there's a. I know you think Urban Meyer makes it to year number 2.
No.
Me either. Nope. No chance, man.
No. I'm surprised he's made it this far. I'm just trying to figure out, is he doing it on purpose or not?
Did you guys hear the rumors I saw? They were I guess. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna flip out about this Bengals game, man.
Squirrel!
But I guess at practice, he held a meeting with the coaches and was questioning about their resume because he said, Urban talking about himself, he says, I'm a winner and you guys are losers. And he's like, I don't know how you guys are here, man.
He said this to his coaching assistants?
Yeah.
He just point blank asked him, he says, what have you guys ever won?
Yeah.
I won a national title. But he won it twice, didn't he?
Yeah, with UF and then Ohio State.
With 2 different schools. Like, he went into his complete resume and followed it up with, what have you guys exactly done?
Wow.
And this is why you should listen to me and blah, 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 you know, and all this. So, and the thing that he's got to realize, man, is like, you're not dealing with, you know, kids coming right out of high school. I mean, you're dealing with grown men now. I mean, there's a certain way you have to have that conversation. So there's a certain way that you got to lead that team, and I don't think he absolutely is not cut out, you know, for the NFL.
No.
Nope. Not if you're going that route.
Yeah, you have a great point there, Mr. Josh. So.
Well, buddy, I'm old. A lot of times, good points come with experience. Good points come at a cost.
Man, I can't wait to be old then.
Is that right?
You're well on your way, bro. I saw an exciting fact the other day about getting old. It's like when you really think about it, it'd be like, whoever's older than you will never catch them.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
How depressing is that?
Yeah, I mean, you want to, even though it's still age and you're getting older every day, you still want to be able to win, but you can't. So,
Nope.
I'm never going to be able to catch you in age, boss, and that kind of pisses me off, man.
Hey, I wish you could. Let me tell you, I'd stop it right now and let you catch me. Believe me.
Cause I think I can make a comeback on you in Madden, but
absolutely.
Adrian never can. But I mean, you're having a great year in regs, man. So.
Oh man, I ain't gonna say nothing. My season is almost complete.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that right
Hey,
now.
hold up. I'm sorry. He said his season is almost complete. I swear to God, I thought he was gonna say my season is almost kaput.
Yeah, so
boss is making changes. Know that.
Boss, tell me about your most recent win, man.
Oh, against my good friend pal, Mr. Richard Butler.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it, man, because I've had a lot. I probably my second time ever beating him throughout all these years that we've played against each other, and my team finally showed up defensively, and that's what I kept saying. I would love to sit here and go, oh man, I was just usering and doing all this. No, my team was playing out of control. I was watching my computer guys make plays on their own and do things where I was like, oh my gosh, we're doing this. We are doing this. And I mean, I literally put the clamps on them. I think it was 28-7. And I was just so excited, man, to finally get that win against him. So now I got a big game coming up in week 18, and if I get that W, I Super Bowl secondary at that point.
Well, there you have it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to win. I do. I'd love to have a chance to make the playoffs and make a run. But I think if anybody's ever really followed us, they know how Richard comes at me. And then at week 18, I got the Rams, which is Jalen, how he comes at me. And they've been roughing me up, man. I'm not going to lie. They've been roughing me up.
Let me interject, if I may.
Okay.
And Richard, if you're listening, I hope you've learned your lesson, sir.
Oh, Lord.
There was a secret covert operation going on titled Assassinate Admin. And first he comes and he jumps in my division. And then starts talking mad smack to Mabry, to Jay West, to pretty much anybody that's admin, but definitely us three. And didn't he just lose to Jay West not too long ago too?
Yep.
And then he lost to you. And then he's lost to I think I beat him both times this season. We may have split. I can't remember. Maybe we split last season. I don't know. But it's definitely not in his favor. So, Richard, if you're listening, I hope you, like I said, learned your lesson. And, just realize, man, that...
let's go, Joey B, boy!
Let's go, Joey B. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase, boy!
There it is.
Let's go.
There it is, guys. You heard it here first. So, Richard, good try, bro. But you'll get them next time.
Heck yeah. There you have it. I'm definitely enjoying it while I have it. I know that much. So.
Hey, make sure you let him know. You gotta message him every other second of the day throughout the day. Once you wake up, right after lunch break, after you brush your
somebody,
teeth, like he would, man.
Hey, somebody send him a message and ask him if he's still holding that L.
Oh my gosh!
I got it.
Ask him if his arms, they've got to be tired.
I've been beat up so much this year, man. Maybe I'm a little gun shy, Richard. Just know that this is not me talking. This is.
It's absolutely me talking.
This is Josh Pitts and Dylan Bickerton.
You can find me in your division, sir.
I tell you, the boys have just about beat the talking out of me this year.
Yeah.
And it ain't just them; it's everybody, man. I tell you that. It used to be fun to talk crazy and go out there and compete, but man, I've been struggling this year. So it was fine. It was like I said, it was fun to finally get one.
He said, "What else, son?" And I said, "Boss boy."
Oh my gosh!
Oh, good old Richard, boy.
Y'all are so.
All right, Bickerton, are you back?
Yeah, we're checking in now. I got this Bengals game here. We got a minute 15 left. Jimmy G's heading onto the field, so I'm trying to pay attention as much as I can, man. But you know me, I'm a diehard Bengals fan. We're zoned into this game, man.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, I'm over here heckling Richard as well. So we're having a good time right now.
Awesome.
He said a laughing face. He said you a funny guy.
That made me think of that little Asian guy with that gif where he's pointing his finger. Ah.
I'm gonna say thanks for the compliment, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, help me! Again, innocent bystander. Guys, please don't beat me up no more. I'm just here.
We got anything else in the NFL before we move on? Anything stood out today?
Man, I wish, maybe next week we can hear about Jay West's experience because he went to the Washington-Dallas. It looked pretty bad at first, but it looked at least tried to make a game out of it. Came back 27-20. From what I'm seeing, the Cowboys rookie game. Because they're saying one of the posts is saying NFL winners and losers. Mikael Firestone pushes Cowboys into Super Bowl contender status. So he's apparently, from what I'm hearing, you're looking at the rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, in him. And right now they're saying he's making a push to be the MVP. So.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, it really is, man. He's a talented kid. There's no doubt about that. And from what I've heard, little things here and there from what I've heard, it's not only is he got all the talent, he's hungry. He stays hungry. They had to teach him during preseason. One of the first things I heard during preseason, why, like, you don't have to make every play. Is exactly what his coach told him. He thinks he has to make. If he doesn't make it, he gets mad. And I mean, it's hard to find kids with heart like that. We're talking preseason for the NFL, and this kid's mad because he missed one play, and he didn't make the play, and the coach said, the coach just had to tell him, like, man, you can't make every play. Could you imagine having a kid on your team, and as far as the NFL goes, with all that talent and that much heart at the same time? Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. So
yeah, that's definitely good. That's good to have that high motor and passion, like in that. Definitely being a young guy.
Yep.
Well, that's part of becoming more experienced as a player too. That old bull, young bull story, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. The Panthers lost again today to the Falcons.
Golly.
Panthers can't seem to get out of their way. But, there's at some point in times where, it's like I don't know what the coach is doing. There's never been a successful team in the NFL, period, that has ever played musical chairs with quarterbacks. I never said that Cam Newton was the answer, but you pull a quarterback twice in one game? Like, what are you doing? You put him in, and you pull him. You put in Walker. If Walker's not panning out, you put him back in, and then something else doesn't happen right, and then you pull him again. Like, what? What are you doing? What message are you sending there? And the score of the game was 29-21. And from what I'm seeing on that game, it looks like the Panthers just decided to give the ball up a lot.
Yeah.
And
the one play, I was watching that game for a while, and Cam Newton, the one defender was on his left-hand side in the line of scrimmage, and the running back was on the right-hand side. He did one of those running back angle routes. The defender came across and intercepted it. It looked like just like a user on Madden, man. He didn't see him coming from anywhere. It was one great play, and the Falcons defender that had that interception, that was his first interception ever, and it ended up for a pick six, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
You gotta love that when your first pick is a pick six. Can't do better than that. Then the last one, man, I hate to say it, man, but the Detroit Lions football coach, man, I think he gets too invested in the game sometimes, because he can't let go of the player mentality. Because at one point, the Denver ended up beating them 38-10. Well, at one point they were only down, I think, either 10 or 7. I can't remember. And the only reason Denver had just scored was off of I think it was a fumble. I could be wrong on that, something like that. But Denver put up a quick score. So after Denver puts up a quick score, he goes right out there and he decides to go for it. And he's went for it on fourth down more than any coach in NFL right now. But he goes for it on fourth down on their side of the field. I'm talking about like on the 30-yard line. It's like, I'm a hard-headed football playing dude too, but your defense was just on the field. Denver is fired up because they just scored their touchdown, and you want to go for it on fourth down on your side of the field on 30, and I'm telling you, this is exactly what happened. As soon as they didn't get it, Denver went right out there and scored on the very next play. So now you've just demoralized everything.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? And I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I feel like that decision was made off him being a former player, pumped up, going, no, we can do this, And sometimes you gotta get out of your own way, man. Like, you gotta just let it go and make the right call.
Man, I see you guys do that crap all the time in these league games.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Is that different?
No, it has always come back to haunt me. I can tell you that now. Every single time.
Right.
I don't
know every time. I've seen you pull some stuff off.
It really bothers me because sometimes there's actually, it hit me hard. It took me out of the playoffs in the fantasy league off of a call that I had a really good game with Richard again, and he beat me and in overtime. But there was a couple of plays I decided to go for on fourth instead of taking 3, and those points was on the board. I might win it during the regular, game time. Who's to say, and I ain't taking nothing away from Richard because he did beat me, but, who's to say instead of me getting stubborn and going for it on fourth down right there, I take my 3. It's like, I remember you watching the game going, can I ask you why you didn't take your 3? I don't have an answer. I'm in the game. I'm nose to nose with the TV.
I hate asking too. I like to. I don't like to impose on when somebody's playing, but
yeah,
I just didn't.
Oh my goodness, let's go! Oh my! Hey, just a game recap. The Bengals, we were on defense. They had a minute and a half to go to drive. It was like second down, and freaking Jesse Bates dropped a wide open pick, and I think he could have housed it. Kittle picked up a huge first down for him, put him in field goal range, and then Gold just missed like a 54-yarder. So overtime it is 20-20. What a game!
All right. 47-yard field goal miss.
Man, hey, if they need somebody to train their kicker, man, have them come see me, Bickerton. I got it.
Hey, I'm happy he missed. I'm not gonna help train him.
Dude, I had like 3 64-yard field goals last week. In my league games.
I saw him too. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it because he would pop up because he started laughing. He said, "Man, it's telling me to go for a field goal."
Right.
And I'm like, "Well, man, why don't you try?" You know, it's like, well, I mean, it's up to you. What do you think? And man, I nailed it. I was like, "Whoa, my God!"
Man, I'm so seasoned now, man. I'm doing it with my pinky up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I don't blame you, man. Because we were talking about how much of a weapon that is truly is. Because that's literally you're in scoring position at the 50-yard line.
Yep.
At the 50-yard line, you're in a scoring position with that kicker, and that is just nuts.
To go back to your question, Josh, about does it go back to haunt you? And I think a great example of that was this week in regs. I lost by a field goal to Nate, and I decided to go for it on 4th and 2 on my own side of the field in the 4th quarter, and I ended up throwing an interception. I was running a goal line situation. I thought he was going to kind of run commit like I do myself in most of the situations, and I had nowhere to go with him to force it. And after the game, Nate said to me, he's like, "Man, I think that's a whole different situation if you punt it, you know." And I mean, him and I go back and forth in good games usually. So I mean, when you give the ball away like that on your own side of the field, that plays a big situation in the game.
Yeah.
Definitely a divisional game, you know.
So I think it's part of it's that chess match. You know, it goes back and forth. It could go either way, man. And we still, from time to time, we're going to take chances. I play defense the same way. If you want to, look at it like that. Like I'm kind of an all or nothing guy, and my philosophy is, we're going to get screwed on defense anyway, so might as well just, blitz the shit out of somebody. But
yeah.
Hopefully I can get a turnover off of it, or something like that. But so I don't know. I mean, it's high risk, high reward. So I don't necessarily. I think it depends on the game too. When it calls for that. But if it's a big game, I'm absolutely taking my points. And it also, be contingent on how well it was able to move the ball down the field and that kind of thing. So I don't know, but that's interesting, to see the different. Yeah, you're probably going to see a lot of that in our freestyle league, coming up. So, no 4th down rule there. So, by God, wear it out. You're going to see inflated stats, I'm sure, because of it. And you're going to see people get pissy and quit, and here we go. So, but I don't know. I think that league will be fun. But
getting his first down to the 50-yard line on the first play of overtime.
Damn.
We're gonna win this game, boy.
Man.
Let's go.
You let them know, man.
All right, I'm just gonna mute my mic and get hyped up, man.
Just out of nowhere. Completely lost train of thought now. Let me just be vulnerable for a second, right?
Dude, I'm about die hard.
What the hell were we talking about?
and when the
all
Bengals
I know now, man, I'm scarred for life, and all I know is 50-yard line.
All right. While Bickerton is zoned in what he's doing, Josh, since me and you are the main ones playing it, we could take a little time to talk about Warzone if you wanted to.
Well,
yeah, boy.
We played, our first round of it last night or night before? When was it?
Yep. Yeah. Last night was the first night we actually played together. You played a few games before I got in there, and then we played last night. And what did you think about it?
I really like the new map, but it may be just because we've had that other one for so long.
True.
It's something new. It's like the new girl
Absolutely.
first day of school. Everybody's all over her. So everybody peacocking.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's just kind of, I think it kind of levels the playing field a little bit too, because there's no real strategies been developed too much right now. So, but overall, I mean, I was pretty happy with it. Outside of the fact of, I think we only played plunder, so it was a little bit different.
Yeah. Trying to rank up our weapons and everything.
Yeah. But I would really have taken a liking to that car, man. That was a lot of fun for
I saw
the
you
sniper
with,
version.
Yeah, it was that one game last night when we were decided to go back to multiplayer for a little while and just try to help rank up our guns some more. Man, you you look like some of them daggum pros. Man, I was like, what the heck did he just do there?
I don't even know.
It was nice, man.
Just point and shoot.
Yeah.
Then again, though, man, it's on the small map, so I just use that whatever version of like a red dot they got,
Yeah.
and there again, man, the same philosophy. Hey, you got one shot, bro,
Yep.
because these dudes are coming at you with full auto, and you're using a fucking sniper rifle. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know. What do you think? I know you get frustrated a little bit when teammates couldn't get together or whatever.
Yeah, I always do that to myself, man. It's something I'm working on to get better because this is the first time that, to be honest, it kind of flipped. When the Warzone came out originally, I still really liked the multiplayer, but as of right now, I'm not saying it won't change. Right now, I'm kind of enjoying the Warzone more than I am the multiplayer Vanguard. I don't know what it is about the maps on Vanguard. There's a couple I like, then there's some that I really just cannot stand because it honestly feels like sometimes you're just. Do you even know where you're at? Like, where am I at? Running through this hallway, down these stairs, around this corner, and it's just weird, man. And but other than that, man, I'm excited, man. I just want to keep ranking these guns up and get ready. And I'm gonna, this is the first time I'm gonna just dive into Warzone and learn how to play it, man. That's my main objective this time around.
Intro's pretty cool, wasn't it? Right before the jump sequence.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm excited, man. I was worried there for a little bit because I didn't fall in love with the multiplayer like I was hoping I would, and I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? And so then Warzone came out, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, hey, this is not bad. This is kind of nice. I'm still not good at it, by no means, because I can't get my multiplayer mindset out of it.
Yeah, you can't make a hoe a housewife.
Yeah, you just can't do it, man. No matter what they say. But like I said, man, that's the best way for me to explain it right now. I'm happy that I'm excited to kind of jump into something like that, the Warzone, and try to get us some dubs this year for a change. If there's anybody out there listening that plays it, man, hit me and Josh up, man. We're looking to get a couple more guys to help us out. Jay West will be a part of it as soon as he's able to, but I think Allen is going to hit up the NHL circuit with Bickerton. So if there's anybody out there that wants to run some games with us on Warzone, man, please, by all means, hit us up, man. We're going to have a blast. Especially if Josh gets his sniping down. I'll just set him up in a treetop somewhere and be like that movie. Hey, God. But
We'll see, man. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll only get better. We just gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
Boss, what kind of class do you like to use?
Me, man, I've always been the same guy. I'm aggressive, and that doesn't change. So I'm usually AR sub. A majority of the time, that's what I'm going to have. AR and a sub. You know, because that's why I usually get myself in the most trouble. You ever see these funny memes about you always got that player that rushes, you know, or like rushes a team. You know, I'm that guy. And I've got to learn how to take it back. Like Josh is real good at you know, seeing them and marking them, and as soon as they're marked, I'm like a dog going after a frisbee. I'm out. I'm like just rushing at them, and then Josh is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Now I'm dying." So just if you can buy me back at some point in time, I'd appreciate it. You know. It's just I just need to work on that mentality of not always going head first. But I've always played Call of Duty like that, and that's what I was saying about how I got to change my mindset from multiplayer to Warzone. You know, on multiplayer, I've always been pretty much a rusher where I'm just going nonstop. I don't set in a spot and camp like, you know, that's their big thing, saying camp. You know, and I don't blame you though, man. I mean, you know, your sniping's getting better all the time. Always, you got to have it. You know, when you're playing Warzone, you need to have that guy. You know, because those call outs and those things help. And then not only that, you know, if you can take them out from a distance as we move forward, I mean, you got to have it. You know, you just can't have your running mate going 250 yards in front of you. Right. To get involved in something that you're never going to make it there in time to do anything. You know, that's just how it goes, you know. And that's the part I got to learn to chill. You know, like, hey, bud, it's okay, man. You're not going to take out all four of them. You're not that good.
Yeah, man, it was, I was sniping, right? And I'm looking down and over the valley and whatnot, and next thing I know, I see Boss. He's down there looting, trying to grab some stuff, whatever, and all of a sudden I hear this god-awful commotion. And, hell, he dies. I still don't see nothing. Like, what the hell just happened, you know? He comes back, he runs right back in the same damn house. And then this time... Like, he comes, like, he lands right in front of me. I'm still scoped in on this building because I know my partner just died up in here, right? And then here comes Boss, then parachuting in, right over my damn head, lands right in there, goes right back in there. Now there's two teams in there, plus Boss. Yeah. And so Boss is taking on two teams, and he's like, dude, what are you doing? Where is my team? Where is my team? And I'm like, I'm right here. I can't see nothing. My God, man. Well, there's two teams down here, for God's sake. So I said to hell with it and took off running. They started fighting each other. And I think I put one on the ground and then threw a grenade and killed both of them or whatever. But then I turned around and I got shot. There's too many of them. So... Yeah. But I don't know, man. It was so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time with it.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to have at least one more on there with us. But what is like the battle royale now? Is it quads or what they got going on now?
Luckily, I checked. I looked at that just a little while ago, and luckily they done it just like the other one. When you go to click on it, you can choose any of the above. You get solos, duos, trios, quads. You just pick which one you want to do. So I was happy about that because I was worried to death because I know last time, a couple times on the last Warzone, they wouldn't have it where you could pick certain things. They picked it for you. It's like battle royale trios, you know. And
so you can actually choose now.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I played. I don't know, man.
Yeah, when you go to the battle royale part of it up there, and you go to click, a little slider comes out the side that says, do you want to do solos, duos, trios, or quads?
That's why I always just join somebody else's party. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing on there. Don't know the truth.
I don't either. That's kind of why it's intriguing me. I want to learn. To me, it's always had something to do with, like, obviously where you first start and how you start. When you start in there, how are you moving around the map? And I understand that, because I hear these good guys, these really good guys that play it all the time, talk about even when that circle is closing, there's a better angle to be on that circle. And I don't know, I don't really understand that. Like, I don't know what they mean by the top or the bottom. Like, how can you tell which is considered the top or the bottom? And I think it just has to do with, like, when the circle's closing, there's one spot of the circle that's going to close faster than the other spot. It's almost like, so let's just say if you're looking at a circle, the top part is the part that's like concrete, and everything the circle is coming to it. And I don't know how to figure that part out. I think maybe it's just like everything else. It just comes with more playing. And I also think that, playing Warzone, you decide what you want to do that day. Do you want to jump down there and just jump in and try to kill and get as many kills as you can? You're not really going for the win. Or are you going for the win?
Right.
Or like when we're playing Plunder, are we really out to try to get this dub, or are we out here to rank our guns up? And it don't take but one of us to change that aspect. Like last night, I was the one that changed that. We jumped in and we're like, okay, we're in here to rank up our guns, and immediately I'm out here. Where's my team? So it's just, man, staying focused and staying on point of what we're doing and having fun doing that, because there's so many different ways to have the fun playing it other than just the win. You're a sniper, just hell, get clips. Let's see, let's put Josh in some position and get some crazy clips.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do all that stuff, man.
Yeah, and just treat it like that, man. And I think the sky's the limit on that part, and just like anything you do, the more we play it, the more time we put into it, the more we'll understand it. It'll make sense to us what they're saying. Why, like when you watch somebody that's really good at the game and they're saying stuff, you'll understand why. Like, oh, okay, that's what he means by that. Because it's crazy to me, because that map was so big that the guys that are really good at it played it so much. It was basically like a big multiplayer map to them. They knew every area. They knew every square foot of the map. They knew exactly what this was, what that was, where this drop was, what was, And I'm like, man, how in the world? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, if we're ever, right now, we're out in the open, and you say I'm over here in the red building, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But those guys would know that. They would know exactly what building you're talking about. They would know exactly what location. And, so that just, to me, that just comes with time. You just play the game and keep playing the game and keep playing the game. And then before you know it, it's just second nature to you on everything. You find out where the better drops are, where the most heated drops are. And I think we found that, though. I'm pretty sure that peak is going to be the hot spot, man. It's just set up that way.
It was flat
a big
out
mountain
going down, bro.
a tall mountain right in the middle. It's like,
yeah, that's the cool thing about it. You can jump off of there and fly wherever you want to.
Yeah, I tell you the thing about it, man, that I did notice last night. If your teammate goes down, you might as well hang it up. It's going to be a while before he gets back to you.
Yeah.
Because it starts you out every time, like, especially when you're playing Plunder, so I get to respond back. Well, as soon as I'd come out, I'd pull my parachute immediately. But I was at the midway point of that mountain every time. So it was never dropped me out high enough where I could fall back down on top. So that was crazy. And with it being such a hot drop, man, you got to fight your way back. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, this is intense. Like, I kept dropping, and every time I would drop down, and there'd be two people shooting at me already. I'm like, hey, man, just wanted to let you know I'm probably not going to make it back to the top of that with you.
Right. Well, I'm sitting here watching 49ers and Bengals, and
That's definitely a touchdown.
Bengals just lose.
They can call it on this good, but I think it's a touchdown personally.
The Bills have now tied up the Bucks in OT.
Sure have. Wow. It is going down on these last games.
And I was sitting here just looking through our league, man, and Jay West took a couple of L's last week.
Yeah.
It kind of makes things interesting in that division.
Mm-hmm. That division has always been tough, man, though. You got some young and upcoming players in that league, and add Jay West to the mix. You know, Jay West feels like me, though, because I'm pretty sure I heard, no, was it Jay? No, it was Nate. You know, finally going, because it takes its toll on you. It does. Nate's like, I tell you what, I'm never going to be in a division with Jay West and Dylan again. You know, it's like these four guys, and they're just killing each other. You know,
beat the crap out of each other all season long. So Jay West is leading that with his rounds at 11-2. Nate's at 10-4, and then Bickerton at 6-8. And then the Steelers 3-10. But I think he took that team over late or whatever. But we're sitting here with AFC's wide open, man. Even Richard. I think Richard's on the bubble. So NFC got Ken up top, and then Allen, and then Mabry. And we got Mr. White, the Cowboys, Wiggins, 10. All those guys 10-3 or 1, 2. We got 4 teams 10-3. Insanity. That's what that is. So, what do they call it, Bickerton?
touchdown.
Touchdown. Yep.
Oh, darn it, Sauce.
You want them to lose, but I mean, we kicked 2 field goals. They missed the other one. They weren't aggressive at all this game. They were all conservative, and when you play like a team like the 49ers, that comes to bite you sometimes. So, I mean, George Kittle is a beast. He can basically do whatever he wants, even if you know what he's gonna do. You know. So.
Yeah, it's a curse. That's how I feel when I play you.
Yeah, right, man. You got my number.
Wow.
So what else did you have on the lineup for tonight, Bickerton?
Yeah, man. So I think
NHL stuff. What you got?
I want to talk a little bit about just some like interesting sports moments that we've witnessed personally throughout our life, whether that's in person or on TV or just in general. You know, I mean, sports brings great community together, and I think that's a pretty interesting topic that we can all share something about, man.
Yeah. Well, Mabry, what you got?
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I need to think about that one. Because there's so many that I've seen, but for some reason, as soon as he said that, there's this particular one. And I get so mad because there's been so many good running backs come through Tennessee that for whatever reason, that his name, I keep forgetting his name every single time. But anyways, to go along with that, with the story, what I was going to say is like, for me, and I don't know why this one stands out to me so much, but it was Tennessee versus Florida, so everybody knows that rivalry. And you know, he just took over the game to the point that they wouldn't give him, that nobody else touched the ball, and this kid just pounded the rock and pounded the rock and pounded the rock all the way to a victory. Like, no, there was no more passing. There was no more nothing. It was line up and hand this kid the ball. He's going to win this game for us. And that just gets me hyped up because of the type of rivalry it was and things like that, and how it felt like this kid wants it, and he's going out there and he's just putting his head down and he's just grinding it out. And Florida couldn't do nothing about it. Knew it was coming, knew it was happening, but it's like, and I just, those are the things, memories that I have, the things like, moments like that, man, that stick out to me, to get me hyped up and kind of get me feeling a certain type of way, and seeing guys do things that you're not used to seeing. Another big moment, real quick for me, is, and it's a sports moment, but it's one of my favorite stories. You remember the old show used to come out called Contender? I think when it first came out, it was done by Sugar Ray Leonard, and there was this one episode where this guy was a family man already. It was his wife and his child, and he was going up against a guy, and this guy was just better than him. Let's be honest. And he was, for 2 rounds, he beat the crap out of that guy to the point where his wife and child was in the stands crying. And he looked at his wife, and it's on TV, dude. It's one of the best moments there. He looked over at his wife and kid and gave him a wink, and went out there next round and knocked dude plumb out and won the fight.
Wow.
I was like, I just, I'm like, what the heck did I just see? You can't write stuff better than that, man. It's just, oh my gosh, man, the way it pulls at your heartstrings and things like that.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
There's just some events in plays in sports that gives you chills, whether for different reasons, whether it brings the community together after like a devastating tragedy, like tornado, hurricanes, or 9/11, with Sammy Sosa and the Cubs and President Bush throwing out the first pitch. Two of my favorite moments are in the baseball world. Jose Fernandez was a young pitcher with the Miami Marlins that died on a boat crash, and D. Gordon, which was his teammate, he's a small center outfielder, has like no power. First pitch of the game hits a home run, which it was just really cool. And he goes around the bases crying, and it was kind of like a symbolic thing for him, for his teammate, that passed away. So that you guys should definitely check that out for sure sometime. And then my next one was Michael Lorenzon of the Reds. He's a pitcher. In the NL, they hit while they're pitching, and his dad passed away. And on his first game back, he pitched, and he actually hit a home run. A pitcher hit a home run, and that was just a really cool memory as well. So, Josh, you got any good ones, man?
I do, man.
Nice.
I have, I guess, a personal one first.
Yeah.
Well, probably, I played college baseball, whatever, and coached for years, owned training facilities, whatever. So baseball's always been a big part of my life. And I remember back when I was 16, I had probably one of the best coaches I ever had. And I'm not sure if I've already told you guys this story or not, but back in the 80s, he was like the pitching coach for Wichita State, and back then Wichita State was like dominant. Well, somehow, along the way, he ended up being like my summer ball coach, and we were playing a night game, and it was in a 16 to 18-year-old league, and the me and this other, one of the top pitchers in the area, we were, really going at it. Pitchers duel. It was like a 1-0 game. And probably about the 5th inning, we only play 7. So about the 5th inning, the other team, in between innings, you leave the ball. Next pitcher comes out and grabs it. So on and so forth. Well, when I went out and I was doing my warm-ups, their coach had come out and started complaining they couldn't see the ball, and just trying to do anything that they could to, I guess, change the dynamic and how the game was going and all that stuff. And he provided a new baseball and everything, and that was the rule, was like, if you're going to ask for a baseball change, you got to provide a new ball and whatever. So the umpire starts walking out to me, and in the middle of my warm-ups, and as a pitcher, man, you don't want a new baseball. And that's exactly what they were doing, was trying to have brand new baseball. It's white and whatever. And so he said, Josh, I need to trade baseballs with me. And I said, well, their pitcher just literally used the same ball 30 seconds ago or whatever. And he said, I can't help it. It's the rule. We got to swap baseballs out if other team complained or whatever. And so my coach, he sees what's going on, and he walks out to the mound, and he said, Pitts, what's going on? I told him, and he's like, why are you getting upset? It's like, well, what do you think? I don't want to use this brand new baseball or whatever. And he's like, well, you got to find a way around it. And he said, here's what I want you to do. Behind that field, there were no lights. It was dark. Knee-high grass, waist-high grass, just a grown-up field, right? And he says, very first pitch, I want you to take that baseball, and I want you to throw it as far as you can over the backstop. And I looked at him like, but this dude has really lost his mind, right? And so I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, if you don't, I'm going to kick the shit out of you. And he was dead serious, too. He really meant it. And so I was like, well, what's the point? He said, you do that. And he said, I guarantee you get the ball back that you want. So you find a workaround, was the moral of the story. And sure enough, man, I got up there, and I let that baseball go over the backstop. And, of course, I didn't find it. Not in the middle of the night, no lights or anything like that. And their coach come running out of the dugout, just raising all kinds of cane, man, just mad. And the umpire got so tickled. He just looked at the coach and he says, Coach, I got nothing. He's like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a wild pitch. Account is 1-0. And, that was something that always kind of stood out to me. And even in my coaching and, the interactions I have with young student athletes and stuff, I try to don't get frustrated on what first is in front of you. Try to find a workaround for it. And still, try to get where you're going, kind of thing. So, but the other one that I have is when Tyson bit Holyfield's ear off, and that was something. Yeah. I don't. Were you even alive, Bickerton, when that happened?
I don't know, man. I was born in '99. When was that?
Shoot, I don't know. Boss, do you know?
Let me check.
I do not know.
97, June 28, 1997. So.
Yeah.
I was not alive yet.
But yeah, he that was crazy, man. I watched a little short documentary on it, and it kind of refreshed my memory earlier this week when Nate had a trip up to do an official visit up in Kentucky, and I watched it on the way up there, man. It was just talking about how it was almost guaranteed that Tyson wasn't going to win, that fight with all the headbutts and all kinds of other stuff. He just flat out just freaking lost control, man, and he bit him. And then turned around, they kept the fight going, and he bit the other ear. And then that's when they stopped it, so. But Tyson's my favorite fighter of all time. He had an edge to him.
Yeah, I mean, even in his last fight at 55 years old, he still had that killer instinct in him, man. That's who he is, man. He's out there, he's being an animal. He steps in that ring and he's a whole different guy. I mean, I guess I bet other people would make an argument that he's like that in general all the time,
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's a big time he's into psychedelics and
Yeah.
big time weed supporter and all that stuff. So I know when he first come back though, he definitely was on I think it was Joe Rogan, and with the answers that he gave to those questions was pretty intense, man. But it was almost scarier this time around, is because he said it so calm.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember exactly what he said. Something about a god of war or something like that. You remember, boss?
No, I don't remember. I do. I just know he's an intense character.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, because the way he is now is so much better than that way it used to be. Like, he appreciates things more now, and you can tell that when he talks. He's not. But man, he's that guy when he's really if something means something to him, and he's looking at you and talking to you a certain way. You just know you're a little bit nervous. Like, if I disagree with this.
Yeah. Like, he was making Joe Rogan uncomfortable because he didn't know how to answer or ask a question.
Yeah.
And he would say something like, "Oh, no, man, I didn't mean it that way."
Yeah.
Afraid Tyson gonna snap on him or something.
Well,
What we got lined up for this week, man? Boss, how's your lunch pail league coming?
it's coming along, man. I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of slow playing it because I know that I make it into work this week, and I got 3 days off. I mean, 3 days of work, and then I'm off until after Christmas. So I've kind of been slow playing it. Pretty much, I've got the Discord set up for the most part, and I just need to make the league now, and I need to get with you guys when I do that, just to make sure I'm because I've never really, believe it or not, I've never really set a league up on Madden. They've always been set up for me, and I just come in. So I'm gonna make sure I got everything set up there, and then after that, I just fill it up and get to rocking.
And then we got Terry's league's put on hold too. He's got some internet issues, getting some stuff repaired and that kind of thing. So as soon as he gets back on, we'll still do registration now, but as far as creating a league and things like that, need to touch base with him, see how he wants to handle it. And then Bickerton, we've got the reboot after the current regs league.
Yeah, man, we're looking for a name for the league. So if anyone out there has any suggestions, drop in the chat, man.
Yeah, let's hear it, man. JTDG. What's the name of the league? This will be for our regs league, or bread and butter. And heck, maybe that's it. JTDG's bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
I like popcorn butter. That's a good one.
Popcorn butter. Y'all making me hungry.
But we'll definitely, get that figured out, and appreciate everybody tuning in and that kind of thing. You guys have anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, sir.
No, sir, man. I'm just excited, man. Like I said, I always get excited though when I know I got a little vacation time coming up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we got a lot to do.
yes, sir.
So we'll get it knocked out. You guys have a great evening, and we will see you again very soon.
All right.